What's that one thing you thought everybody did, but it turns out only you do? I regularly shower in the dark. I told some friends this, and they looked at me like I was crazy. I thought surely other people enjoyed it too. Weird thing is I'm terrified of the dark in every other situation. I used to think everyone could put sunscreen on their own backs. Turns out I'm hypermobile in most of my joints. Cry when I poo. I thought everyone did this, only realized it was just me when I started living with a roommate in university. I came out of the bathroom with a wet face, as is tradition, and she looked very concerned and asked if I was okay. I nonchalantly replied, "Oh, no, I just pooed, that's all," thinking that would explain everything, but it did not. And no, it doesn't hurt, it's just some weird nerve connection that makes the tears flow when the poo flows. Count the number of chews on each side of my mouth to make sure they're even. I really thought this wasn't that weird until I brought it up and everyone was like UHH. Daydreaming constantly, and to the point I feel like I'm not even in my own body anymore, and it feels like my mind is slipping away from me. I thought that everyone liked the smell of freshly turned on air conditioners. I'm yet to find someone else that likes this smell. Well, I do have it more covered on my post on r/1 in a million, but I have the rarest type of synesthesia called lexical gustatory, which means I basically taste words. Also, the same words with different accents taste differently. For example, mate with an American accent tastes like tree bark, but with an Australian accent it tastes like dirt. Dick. Wiping your butt while standing after you poop. I thought everyone did that until I talked to my girlfriend about pooping habits, and she told me she wipes sitting down. I put my hand on my cereal before adding milk, so it doesn't raise and risk overflowing on the edges of the bowl. Maybe it's normal, but the one time I did it at a sleepover, a friend looked at me like I just cured cancer. Golden birthdays. When I was growing up, it was a huge deal in the family. Golden birthday is when your age matches the birthday. My birthday is on the 11th, so my golden birthday was when I was 11. We got a huge gift and everyone always looked forward to it. I passed it on to my kids, but my wife and now my kids' spouses and everyone else I've talked to have pretty much no idea this ever existed. I didn't realize other people got pictures in their mind. I never really have. I thought mind's eye and picture this were figures of speech. Turns out they're not. I didn't realize that they were people who thought in words and not images until I was in college. Regularly goes 5 to 7 days without pooing. Edit. This got more notice than I was expecting. Pooping 7 days a week. I don't know how you people get anything done. We get stuff done because we don't have to spend nearly as much time trying to pass a week's worth of turds each time we go. Imagine a guy running along the road and jumping above obstacles when I'm looking out of the car window. I mentioned it as everybody does this, right? Thing to friends the other day and they looked at me like a cray-cray. I didn't know being ambidextrous was rare for a long time as a kid. I primarily write with the left hand, so if I'm sitting next to the right of someone, our elbows usually keep bumping into each other. Countless times as a kid I've told people just use your other hand. I only eat the green part of the watermelon. I don't really like the taste of the red part. It's too sweet. I like the bitter part. Excuse me, what the luck? I thought people were joking when they told me they pee in the shower. I have never done it in my entire life. There are two kinds of people in the world, those who pee in the shower and liars. Have painful sneezes. I usually sneeze pretty hard and it causes brief pain in my nose and sometimes throat. Occasionally the force of it will also result in a sharp jab of pain in a muscle or two. I thought this was totally normal for people who sneeze forcefully. Only recently found out that it's not normal, according to my family at least. When I was around the childhood ages, when I went into my dad's custody for the weekends, we would make nachos, but mine would have things like real, dried and edible, bugs, Parmesan cheese, and pickles. My friends told me that I was insane. Does anyone else do this? One of the ways that I figured out I was trans was slowly coming to realization that all of my other friends were not daydreaming about being the opposite gender all day, every day. Like maybe once in their lifetime they thought about it, but not like me. When I was a teenager I thought dancing was just like having sex, but with clothes on, what a friend had told me earlier. So a girl asked me to dance at a birthday party once. They were playing rap music. I just hump/pelvic smashed her right there on the dance floor. Like 30 seconds and she just leaves. I look over and all the guys are dying laughter. Some couldn't even stand up, they were laughing so hard. I still cringe hard and feel really bad about it. Haven't really danced since. Pour milk first before cereal. Everyone thinks I'm sick. Go get some professional help please. At least you're not the guy who eats cereal with water instead of milk. I used to work in long-term care, and it seems as though the aging population with lactose intolerance learned to improvise prior to lactose-free products. Cereal with cranberry juice creeps me out. This'll probably get buried, but I smell the laundry out of the dryer, like the people in the fabric softener commercials. I'm that lady. I never knew it was weird until my husband and I were watching TV, and one of those commercials comes on and he says, "Who does that?" Me. I do. I love it. Big inhale. I usually get about 3 nights out of a pair of PJs, so if they didn't need to be washed, I'd store my PJs under my pillows. After getting dressed in the morning, I thought that's where everybody kept them, but when my friends heard of it, they thought it was really weird.